results. And this is the Course in Miracles series. Today we're on lesson 78. Let miracles replace all grievances. Today's lesson is an attempt to see God's Son in those who we have been seeing only darkness. And that darkness is obscuring the sight of God's Son. So it's okay. You may have heard, it's a nice suggestion. Oh, okay, this person's actually my savior. This person's actually here for me. This person is a perfect role in everything that's unfolding for me. But it's okay to resist it. It's okay to refuse it. No, I'm not going to see this person as the Son of God. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what's going on most of the time. So it's kind of to be expected. I, Son, you doing all of this stuff? No, no, no. I'm not. That's not what's going on here. Well, so just notice the grievance, notice the resentment, notice the stories and the darkness which are held between you and this person who may actually be here to save you. You may be here to save them. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe that's going on. So, yesterday we're talking about how we're entitled to miracles, and what the cost of that, the cost of the miracle is letting go of the grievance, is letting go of the resentment, is letting go of the darkness. That's all it costs to see the miracle, to have the miracle, to have what belongs to you, as God has established miracles as your right. So this power never forces us to let go of any grievances, let go of any resentments. It's not something, power doesn't force things. That power just waits for you to allow it to come through. So could you start to allow that power to come through and to have your world be lit by this person who you have such grievances with? Let miracles replace all grievances. So today we will attempt to see God's Son. And you know who to choose. His name or her name has already crossed your mind. This will be the one whom we ask God's Son be shown to us. Through seeing this person behind the grievances that you have held against them, you will learn what lay hidden while you saw this person with those grievances. You'll start to see what was hidden behind those. So, who's that person? Who's that person who you're going to attempt to see God's Son in today? Or merely let go of some resentments, however you want to look at that. Let go of some grievances. Who would you like to have some miracles show up with? Who will you let miracles replace the grievances which you've held? So let's begin. First off, who is this person? You know who. You know who will be the one whom you have not been seeing as God's Son. Who do you have the grievances with, the resentments with, the attacks on? That's the person. And we'll just work with them today. With this idea, let miracles replace all grievances. Let miracles replace all grievances. So go ahead and review this person's faults, the difficulties you've had with them, the pain they've caused you, the neglect, and the little and larger hurts. Just let all those come through. And taking any one of those, could you notice how it feels when you think about this fault in them? Could you allow yourself to feel this feeling? Might feel dark, might feel heavy, might feel stuck. Though those are all just labels, could you simply welcome this feeling? And could you let it go? Would you let it go of this grievance, this feeling? If you could, when could you let go? Have a miracle replace what you were carrying. Let miracles replace all grievances. There could be more. There could be more of this energy. It just takes what it takes, sitting with it until it passes, until the darkness is lifted. And let miracles replace all grievances. So, holding your person in mind, the one you know, knows the one to be working with here. This is the one you will see God's Son in. But first, could you just allow all of these faults and difficulties, pains, neglects, little and larger hurts? Just look at what's been carried. Look at the archive you have with this person that would prevent you from seeing God's Son. And taking any one of those faults, hurts, notice how it feels to be carrying that. Could you go behind the story and notice the feeling, the emotion, wherever it is, whatever it is? Hmm. Could you open up and let this feeling up? Allow the darkness to start to dissipate simply by feeling this energy, this emotion. And could you make a decision to release it or not? Would you release it and have a miracle replace this grievance? When could you release this emotion and see more of the light in this person? Let them save you. There's no rush. Just noticing if any of the energy starts to lighten. That was so dark. If there's any shift. Could be you release and it's gone. Could be there's more. Let miracles replace all grievances. That's the intention of this lesson today. Where there has been darkness, seeing light. And today we attempt to see God's Son in someone whom we've held a lot of negativity with. So taking that person, that one whom you will see as God's Son, could you simply allow this person in your mind as you consider them? Faults, pains, difficulties, all of that. You may even have some better points with them. Maybe some mistakes they've made, some of their sins. Just noticing whatever has been blocking your seeing this person, their life. And taking one of these mistakes, pains, difficulties, or faults, how does it feel when you're carrying that about them? When you think that thought, when you perceive things in that way? Could you acknowledge this feeling without making good or bad of it? Could you simply notice this energy that's been hanging out, that's been carried, it's obscuring light? How much of that's been there? How much has been carried, held, hanging out in your field? Could you feel it more? Feeling it more, allowing it to dissipate rather than remain stuck between you and their life. And could you surrender, give up this grievance, this darkness? Turn it over. You don't have to. It's just a choice. Each decision you make is one between a grievance and a miracle. Would you release, surrender, give up this grievance for a miracle? When could you surrender, give up the dark shield of hate, blocking the miracle? And it's just surrendering the grievances, letting miracles replace them. It takes what it takes. No rush. Just noticing how much darkness has been held, shielding yourself from miracles. Let miracles replace all grievances. It's just a decision. Every decision you make is one between a grievance and a miracle. That's it. Happiness and suffering. That's it. Love and hate. That's it. So take this person who you are attempting to see God's Son in and just allow up any of these sins which they have, these errors, these mistakes, these pains they've caused you, these difficulties you've had with them. Anyone will do, big or small, might be the same thing. And could you notice how it feels taking one of those grievances, resentments, sins you've bound them to? How does it feel? It's a feeling you've been carrying. It's obscuring love, obscuring happiness, obscuring miracles. Could you let that feeling be there without trying to change it or make it different so it can release? Just letting some stuck energy flow, some darkness start to dissipate just by noticing it, feeling it. And could you release this grievance with God's Son? Set it aside. Would you release it? Release this darkness and see the light in them. They're here to save you. When could you release the dark shield of hate before the miracle it conceals? Just a choice. Let miracles replace all grievances. So, taking this person, that one whom God's Son be shown to you, just noticing where you have chosen suffering with them, where you have chosen resentment, where you have chosen unhappiness. Where have you been shielding yourself with hate from a miracle? Any resentment with this person will do, any fault you find in them, any mistake or pain. And could you notice this darkness you have carried? This energy, this emotion. And rather than suppressing it, making right or wrong of it, attempting to escape from it, could you simply welcome up this feeling, this darkness, so it can leave? Could you feel that feeling? Feel this energy that's been stuck, hanging around, obscuring light in this person? And could you let go of the grievance that it might be replaced by a miracle? Yes or no is fine. It's just a choice. When could you have this grievance be replaced by a miracle? Let it go. Would you if you could? And let miracles replace all grievances. Let me behold my Savior in this one. I ask him to lead me to the holy light in which he stands, that I may join with him. Can you notice any resistance to joining him in the light? Any refusal? Any denial? Any objection? Could you feel what it feels like to be resisting being led to the light by this person? I will not go to the light. I will remain in darkness. That feeling, that resistance. And could you let that resistance to being led in light come up more, that clinging to grievances? And could you surrender that resistance and let them lead you to light? Let them show you the way. Would you surrender this resistance to being saved by the one appointed to you? When could you surrender, resisting the miracle and the light this one has to show you? Each decision that you make is one between grievance and a miracle, suffering and happiness, hate and love. That's it. So simple. Nothing complicated. And so you have this person who is here to show you the light, here to save you, here to lead you to the miracle. And could you notice any refusal, resistance, or denial of them that opportunity? That holding back, holding on to darkness, staying in the shadows, that resistance to the light. They are here to guide you to, show you. And could you simply allow that resistance without making right or wrong of it? Surely the light is somewhere else, not there, not in them. Do you allow that resistance, that refusal to be saved, enlightened? Could you let that run? Notice how it feels to be rejecting salvation. And could you let it go? Would you let go of rejecting the miracle, the light, the Son of God? When could you let go of the resistance to your being led in light, your perfect happiness, your love, your miracle? When could you let go of fighting it, refusing it, resisting it? It's only those we have grievances with us with which are showing us where we are blocking the light, where we are blocking the miracle. You can use anyone, friends or foes, and notice the grievances. They are showing you. They're showing you exactly what you have to let go of to be enlightened, to witness miracles, to have happiness that awaits you when you surrender, fighting it. Let God's Son show you the way. Well done releasing. And thank you so much for being here, everyone. Let miracles replace all grievances today. All grievances. Let them be replaced by miracles. And if you'd like, you may join us for releasing of further grievances at the link in the description and bring up any grievances you have. And I'd be happy to walk you and our group through a release on that. And thanks for joining us for these sessions. They're going to keep on going until we get through all 365. If anyone has any questions or any thing they'd like to bring up, please feel free. Take us a few minutes. Anyone would like to ask about anything or share, please post in the comments in the chat if there's anything that you'd like to share. All right. Well, unless I see something pop up there real soon, I will say have the best day, letting miracles replace all grievances. Thanks for being here, Arnav. Arnav, get in touch with me if you will. Um, thank you, Giovanna. Um, yeah, I'd love to talk with you more in a way where I can actually talk with you. Uh, so uh, awesome, guys. Have the best day you can. Enjoy the light you find where there was